Welcome back to the Firehouse. I don't think we'll be telling any more stories. We're going to get down to some what I call real Firehouse teachings. Now, the teaching of the Firehouse can sometimes sound a bit arrogant, as if an individual is boasting about himself. But trust me, a Firehouse teacher cannot be arrogant in no way whatsoever, because the Firehouse teacher have to remember that he is full of shit like anybody else. You understand what I mean? It would be like, imagine that you was the best footballer in the world, the most skillful ever who play football. Well, I will dare you to go on a pitch you alone and play against 11 man and see how you're going to win. You know what I mean? So the Firehouse teacher is not here to teach anyone that he's better than anyone, because he's no one himself. You understand? But the Firehouse teacher is, like I tell you, beyond the range of any human who is in the mind, present or past. You understand? So the range of the Firehouse teacher is beyond the range of any being who is living now. So that's what I mean. That sounds a bit boastful, doesn't it? But there's nothing to boast about in Firehouse. That's just the way things is. You know what I mean? So, irrespective of you want to go and consult any great beings that lived before, or any holy great books that you might have on this planet, that's irrelevant, because the range of the fire soldier is beyond all those, beyond anything seen before on this particular planet. You know what I mean? So, like I say, that might sound a bit boastful, but what it is then is like, to see the game clearly, you have to step out of the game as it was. So imagine that when you're watching football game or cricket or any other game that you love to watch, you know what I mean, you can see that a lot of the time the spectators are seeing the game more clearly than the players who are playing the game. They could have said, oh, you should have passed it there or put it there, because they are the spectators. They are seeing the whole play. Those who are involved in the game actually see less of the wider picture of the game, if you know what I mean. So this is why the fire soldier can have a clear look at what is happening inside the mind, or what keep people locked inside the mind then, because he's outside of the mind, outside of the game. Because I'm not, you see what I mean, the fire soldier have leave the mind to go to the land of the spirit, so now we can have a clear look at the mind from beyond the mind, if you know what I mean. So now we can understand clearly. Well, we understand these things before we even leave the mind, that just like the 7th grade master say, unless you become like a child, you cannot enter into the kingdom. Well, the fire soldier would just put it the other way and said, unless you become as innocent as a child, you cannot enter into the kingdom of the terrible and dreadful God Rastafari himself, the High General. You see what I mean? So those kind of the 7th grade master also said, they have eyes to see, yet they do not see, and ears to hear, but they do not hear. So when the fire soldier examined how human beings could have eyes, to see and do not see, and ears to hear and do not hear, it's not a difficult thing to understand, because these very people are still populating the earth. It is full of those who have ears to hear, yet do not hear, and eyes to see, yet do not see. So what we have to do then is to examine why this is so. You know what I mean? Because I can understand if a man is blind totally, or he's deaf. So we're not talking about such a man. We're talking about those individuals who are moving about with eyes, chasing after women and money and cars, and ears to hear, and they hear very well when you shout at them. You know what I mean? When you tell them to go and rob someone or kill them or rape them or do any other, they can hear that very well. But when you try to tell them the truth, like the 7th grade master was telling them, that you should live loving and love one another, and they don't seem to hear. Now, Why is it that they are deaf yet a few people can hear? So when we examine the matter carefully now, the reason why you cannot hear or even see, and it remains so up to this very present day, is what you are doing. Did you not know then, for an example, let's bring it down to the low level that we live on the council estate here or in the normal life, that if you, for instance, don't like the next door neighbor, then that's it, your ear will never open. If you are intending to rob anyone, your ears cannot open and your eyes will never open. Yeah, you will see through those physical eyes that you have, but your spiritual eye will never open. It can't while you are behaving like that. So, for example, take, I don't know how many billion people they say in the world, but just say the adult population who are sexually active was about 4 billion. Well, you'd lucky if you could find 2 million out of them who are honest in this activity. And if you are not honest in that activity, then you are blind and deaf, because your behavior is making you blind. If you understand what I mean, it's no big deal, that's what I say. It's no big deal why people are blind or deaf, or why they cannot understand that God, or the energy that they call God, then is real and true. How are you going to understand, like I say, if you're busy hating one another? And how are you going to understand if you're busy? Like just now, while we're talking here, behind the screen there is the European Championship going on. How are you going to open your eyes when you are so patriotic about your country and this game of 11 man and a pitch kicking about a ball? You understand? When you are fervently in love with those kind of things, trust me, you'll never be able to see. You understand? The Olympics is coming up again, which I mentioned more than once. But this is another activity, not the game itself, but just the patriotism that is going to arise in the individual. Those are the things that blind you. You understand? You have eyes to see, yet you cannot see, and ears to hear, yet you cannot hear. And then there's another riddle there, well, that we can unravel about being once a man and twice a child. You see, the reason for that is when you come into this world, like I've told you on previous reasoning, we come into the world innocent and pure. You understand? We don't remember this, obviously, but memory does. It's recorded there. You see, now after when we start to move out into life now, Mr. Ego was instilled in us. So we grow up as an ego without realizing that we are an ego. Taking part in all this negative activity and sexual wildness and all these other kind of depraved behavior without realizing that there is consequences to these actions. You know what I mean? I realizing, but if at any given time then one should see some of these behavior, what you would actually do is stop. When you stop and say you stop lying and hating, you would stop, you turn around. And if you was determined, like I'm telling you, go back and resurrect the innocent state of mind that you once had as a child. Because only a child can see things innocent. These adults, you know what I mean? Do you think a child would, for instance, train another human being to go and kill another human being? You have such behavior and robbing and thinking of money and all this kind of thing, and telling other babies that they have to have money, and if they don't have money they can't eat, and other babies are going to attack them and all these kind. All those things are ridiculous. When I say they're ridiculous, like I said yesterday, who do you think want to fight war? You think the normal British man here on the estate want to invade another country? They don't. And the normal people in those countries don't want to invade. It's your government, the rich people who is manipulating war and convincing you that you must go and kill other people. They themselves aren't going to go and kill anyone, trust me. Wicked men don't do such things. They send evil. No, evil men don't do it. They send wicked. You know, other people that they can corrupt lower down, but they themselves and their relative will never die in any of these wars that you see going on. But they're the one causing the war. They're the one convincing you to put your sons into the army and go and drop bombs and, I don't know, line gutter, wait for other human beings and kill them. Because they're convincing you that these other human beings are terrorists. They're the biggest terrorists. Understand? They've been terrorizing the planet from I don't know when, and they are still terrorizing you up to today because your eyes are not open. You are blind. They feed you all these stupid games and like now lottery. You know, yeah, the ad man might win a lottery, but that's just to keep the majority of what I call sheeples in some kind of a suspense that they might one day get out of this thing. You ain't going to get out of nothing until you learn to understand yourself. You know what I mean? Learn to stop hating one another. These are the what I call the elite, who have divided you up into countries and convinced the rest of you human beings that you are some type of different human beings. You are not no different type of human beings. You're all the same. You're all of us together are all full of shit. You know what I mean? And if you ask any one of us, black, white, green, what color your mind is, we do not know, because we are spirits who are living in a body. You know what I mean? But we are still one, because everything in the universe is one. It is one universe, one created energy, one creative energy, one planet Earth, and this planet Earth, there's one race of people, and there's the one conscience in you who is watching you. You know what I mean? Now, I don't believe this, you know, because like I'm telling you, I'm a 9th grade fire soldier. You understand? I'm not like the teachers who passed through Earth before and teach about the one in any mysterious way. I am not teaching about the one in no mysterious way, because I have seen the terrible and dreadful one myself. You understand? So I know the cure for the mind, or the sickness of the mind, or the way to get through the mind. Because all you human beings are locked within the mind. Apart from those who have risen to the level, like I tell you, where wisdom dwell. But all the rest are locked in the mind. But I am not in the mind, I am outside of the mind. If you understand what I mean. Well, a lot of the time I've told people that God is a magician. I never heard this magic. You know what I mean? And I am not sitting here saying that I am better than no one. It's no big deal to me. At the end of the day, how many people listen to what I say anyway? When I look at my television and look at stupid preacher preaching, and they have lots of people listening to them, no one listen to me, you know. Just me. Apart from me and my friend here, Marius, who is behind the camera, and who take an interest in what I was saying and decide to construct a website because he think it was a good. No one believe in what I'm telling them, you know what I mean? But it's not a matter of anyone believing or not. I don't care, because I'm not looking any recruit. You understand? I don't care about that. And I'm not bothered about anyone thinking, who is he thinking that he's better than Jesus and all this, and he's the baddest man who ever come out. I don't care what you want to think, because I am not the truth. Did I tell you that I was the truth? I just, like I tell you, reflect like a mirror. You understand? I never tell you that I was the light that I am reflecting. I am not the one. Same thing like I tell you before, how a lot of these what call themselves Christian, get them, in England they would say, get their knickers in a twist. It mean, and in other words, it means get confused then. Just because the 7th grade master says, I am the way and the light, no one come to the truth unless they come through I. You see what I mean? But he wasn't the I am. The I am is the one. I am the way and the light. That's just another name for the master that we might call conscience or Rastafari. So if I should say I am the way and the light, you know, it's true. I am the way and the light. No big deal about that. You see, it sounds as if you're boasting about something. How can you boast in God? Understand? God is not a joke, you know, brethren. When I say brethren, I mean friend. God is not a joke, or what they call God. God is an energy, an intelligent energy that is real. You understand? I know it's real because I was taught by that energy itself. You understand? You think I have a master? Ask anybody who know me. I'm a stick as two pieces of brick put together. I cannot do anything practical at all. I haven't got no schooling. I haven't got any masters on this planet who I sit and they teach me anything. You know what I mean? I don't know any outside master. I just know the inner master. You know, the same one that is in all of you. I know he's in all of you because I have seen the one. You understand? Whether he's a woman or a man, what difference does it make? What difference would it make to me if you are going on about, oh, you are a black person and white person and yellow person, you come from this country and Arab, and all that is irrelevant when you reach the 9th level. You're just a human being, like I tell you, full of shit. You understand? And they've set up laws on the planet which is against the law of God. You understand? And I like I tell you here about karma. Karma is coming round because of this breaking of the law of God. So if you who are listening, anybody who is listening, if you think your government, your institution, your priests, your imams, if you think they can guarantee you safety when judgment comes, well, you follow them. You understand? Because I've already explained to people that the master himself put the black box in every human being. It's a video recorder, recording your deeds. How are you going to get away with these things? Even the man who is, like I say, pretend worshipping Satan, devil worship, whoever you are, doesn't matter. You know, life is an endless process. Where are you going? Do you think you can defeat the law of the one? You must be mad. Because trust me, I know the law to the fullest and I don't know nothing. But we're teaching the law and this little planet is concerned. Or anywhere else throughout the universe for that matter. The fire lion know the law. Don't worry about how I know the law. I am the one. The terrible and dreadful one. Rastafari himself. That is how I know the law. You know what I mean? But I am not the one, you know. The one speaketh through I and I. If you want to call it that way, reflect his light through Ital then, you know. You know why do that? Because Ital clean up his mind. Listen to what conscience was telling him, and it is conscience who guide him and teach him and educate him. That's why he's telling you that he's the baddest soldier that has ever come out of a woman. And that ain't no boast, you know. Why would one to boast about God? You know what I mean? I am just here to reveal, like, you are in confusion now. All these human beings, none of them know what to do. They don't know where to go. They're looking for direction. You are lost. All I'm saying that you've been looking for conscience all the time. Conscience is the way and the light. It's the guide. It's like the sun that sustain you here, and that sun is within. You understand? So unless you make connection with, you cannot defeat that, you know. If I was every human being, I swear to Almighty God, the minute I hear these words, I'll change my ways. That's how serious I take it from my position. 1 billion trillion and a whole part, a billion and trillion % serious when I'm talking to human beings, because I don't run joke. Hey, you think this is some kind of joke business? I have a feeling all the whole universe is gathering in this time to witness the seriousness of what I'm trying to explain to you. And about those who are breaking the laws of God and those who keep supporting those who are breaking the law of God on this planet. You know what I mean? Men going killing men and getting medals for doing it. You understand? Pilots flying plane in the sky and dropping, killing people in the thousand. Man sitting around as if they're playing, what they call them, PlayStation. Firing drones and murdering the brother in the home. For who? And why? Have you asked those questions to yourself? Why? Do you think that, as an example, he was given life to come here to take other life? You know what I mean? Who convinces you that the reason why the creative energy create this planet was to come here and kill one another endlessly? You know, for this idiotic business that you call money. Now that who the fuck create this money, brethren? For what reason? Can't you see that is against the law of the terrible and dreadful God? But because you've gone so far away, you're locked in your mind, in your little dirty, perverted sexual behavior. Like I tell you now, society, those women who are most admired, those who are showing the panties. How can your panties? Where is your mind, woman? Oh, you know, them kind of thing make one feel sick and angry. That's why I say when you have Firehouse, sometimes you get sick at the depravity that you see in front of you here on earth. And everyone, the more depravity you are, the more you get worshipped and admired. And if you speak any truth, they take it as a laughing matter. But just let somebody go tomorrow and flash the breast. And it's in the news, oh, she flashed her breast, and oh, very good breast, and yeah, more people should be flashing the breast. Anything that is stupid and idiotic. No one wants to know that God created them to be godly beings. And they are godly beings, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? Look at the way that they are living now. They are full of hate. Hey, that's what you are, full of hate. You're sick with it. Greed. You know what I mean? How could beings corrupt the soul like that? You know what I mean? Simply because you believe that you don't have a soul. Yeah, but you believe that. You don't know that. You just believe that. Just like these are the Roman believers who don't believe that there is a God. Yeah, you can believe that, but you don't know that. You know what I mean? Believing and knowing is two different things, like I tell you. So you can go ahead as much as you want believing that there is no God. The only reason why you are believing that there is no God is because of your action and your behavior. I bet if you change your little dirty, stinking ways, you know, the way secretly living, spitefully, greedfully, change all that and see what happens. You'll see a different picture. You understand what I mean? But like I'm telling all you idiotic human beings who refuse to listen to what is right and correct, ain't no way you're going to die, you know. Oh, yeah, physically, no problem. Even the fire lion shall be removed from this dimension. But there is no death in life like you are imagining, or like you let these idiots tell you. There is no death. That is why the fire lion is telling you you've got the black box on board. You see me? For when you crash, that means for when death come and take your little soul and remove you to the other. You are going to reap what you sow, because all your deeds, you know, like Mr. Richman, you should know this process. And you bankers, you have money stored up in bank. That's where you store your wealth. Yeah? Well, your wealth is supposed to be stored in your memory. You better make sure your memory is full of good deeds, because when you go to the other side, that will be your bank. You understand? And all you little idiotic beings who are following, there is no devil. The only devil is those elite high up above you who have dressed themselves up in ghoul and all, like I tell you, all those idiotic priests and popes and all these ungodly human beings who are deceiving your soul. You know, God give you your own intelligence. You know what I mean? It's your own mind, your own. You know, it's easy to unlock and get your own understanding. All it is as simple as this. Every human being, like I tell you, have grown up. So let's say we've all done wrong. So we all have a sense then, when we reach a certain age, of right and wrong. We know what is ours and we know what is not ours. We know when we're stealing, and we know when we're hating. So all I'm saying is that now, to understand life, we need to stop stealing, because you naturally know in yourself that when you take another person's property, it's not yours. You understand? That is simple, isn't it? So you need to learn to stop to do that. Now, when you think about it, another human being is just like you. They breathe, they eat, they sleep, they die, okay, some of them might look a different color or whatever, but when you work, they're all the same. So why would you want to hate them? If you can love your dogs so much, because I've seen this here in England, people love animals here, they love the dogs to bits. They will even let the dog sleep in the bed. And yet they will hate another human being. Maybe because the human being might look black or brown or even white like themselves. That's irrelevant to whether they hating because of a color. Because people don't hate each other just because they are of a different color. They hate them for a variety of reasons. Could be they slim, could be they fat, could be they tall, could be they come from Liverpool and Manchester and London and they hate this one. There is enough hate in the world, I say, that if hatred was an ocean, it would have drowned all these haters already. You know what I mean? Because everyone is poisonous with this hate. But for what reason are you so hateful? You know, you need to look into yourself and find these things out. For what reason, right, are you loving England so much as an example and not the rest of the planet? For what reason are you here, right, eating your belly full of food, yeah, looking on your television as an example, seeing people in Africa starving, and don't ask yourself, why? We should do a program on why. Why are those people starving? But no, when you look and you see them start, say, oh, it's their fault. Why are they starving? Yeah. But it's not their fault why they're starving, because I'm telling you, this earth is for all of us. And there is enough food, enough riches for all of us. So why is all of us not rich when we should be? Because a tiny minority of devils, what you call your government, all these governments that are on the planet are against the law of God. From British government here to the American, these are the evil people them then. Satanic people. These are the ones who are selling. When they run about them as an example, oh, the terrorists. Terrorists don't make weapons. I don't know let's say take the Al-Qaeda organization, like I hear it on the news. Al-Qaeda and Bin Laden and all these men. As far as I know, they don't turn out any helicopters. They don't turn out any submarine. They don't turn out any Hellfire missile. Bunker buster bomb and all them things and some other big guns. Yeah? Them fire some little AK-47 and some other little M16 and some other type of weapon that they are firing. But they don't make none of these weapons either. Where are these weapons made? The weapons are made by the same man who is telling you that he is fighting the terrorists. Say Mr. Englishman here, or Mr. America, or Mr. France, or Mr. whatever. They are the ones making all of the weapons, selling it to people to cause war, then go and have war so that they can make money out of war. Because those who are making money out of war are not going to die in war, are they? They just finance the thing and make the money when all the bullets and the gun and the helicopter have to be sold, and then you see them float it on the stock exchange and say, yeah man, we make a couple billion, trillion out of killing a lot of people. And then our country now, whichever country, are proud that our soldiers are out there killing people. And say, oh yeah, they're killing them on our behalf. It's good that they should go there and murder the human beings. That is good, because we don't want those human beings coming here because they are terrorists. You know what I mean? But the terrorist is in your own home. Can't you see him? Oh yeah, he's the one. I can tell you this. When you talk about terror, I can tell you, those are the little terrorists that they are telling you about. They don't produce any weapons. They have no airplane, nothing. You want to look who the big terrorist is on this planet and ask him, the big terrorist, who give him the right? Say like America. America is if everyone was living as according to how life should live, the American people would stay in America and mind their own business and patrol the borders of America. Make sure that no one is coming over there to do anything. But in reality, that's not what is going on. America is the policeman of the world, bullying everybody and telling them what to do. It says bully Cuba. Has been bullying Cuba from now, when Cuban people cannot have certain things from America. Why? Why don't you ask yourself, and why don't the people of the planet then say to America, at the end of the day, I am sure Cuba ain't going to attack you. Cuba couldn't be that stupid. You know, those days up, and even in the days with Soviet, they wasn't going to do it anyway. But never mind, they haven't got no Soviet back, you know, so that is out of the order. So, why then is America then still having some form of blockade on Cuba? For what reason? Only somebody evil would be doing something like that. But there he's evil in Cuba. He's in all the other countries telling them what they should do and what they should not do. But why don't you stay in your own home and mind your own business? Unless you are some form of bully. So then you can see that, yes, because men are living evil, this is an evil bully. Just like how you have a bully with a big gun going around bullying up everybody, evil. So you find that all them people that they call themselves CIA are just satanic murderers. That's all they are, you know, CIA and whatever, they fly drones, because they can kill people at random. They are the one who control the military complex of the country, of the heart. They make the decision. So all they are doing is murdering, because they enjoy killing. These are killers. These are not loving souls. Some souls are bloodsuckers and murderers, vampires. Not the ones that you see in the movie. The ones that are behind the scene. Those ones that elect, like the Pope, like I tell you yesterday, and that reasoning. This man is an elected official. That means if somebody elect me, brethren, to sit in this chair, yeah, and I stand up, they can remove me, because they can say, we elect you to sit down. We never elect you to stand up. So that means, from I am elected, I have to follow orders. He can't be like me now, who is not elected. No human being elect me to speak. So I say what I want to say. Not what some other human being tell me to say, what they want me to say. I say what I want to say. But that fool cannot do that, because the man is a little evil man. You don't understand? These are the evil forces that have controlled the planet for a long time. And these are the time when for people to recover their innocence, because we are spirits. You know, recover your innocence and escape the darkness that these have been putting you in for whatever centuries they've been doing it. You know what I mean? Like the young people now who come in this time, they should be more alert than people who have been on the planet like their parents for 20, 30 years. Because they might still be swallowing up this bullshit about Jesus died for your sin and all that kind of shit. No one cannot die for no one's sin. You understand? You are responsible for your own action. God cannot send anyone here to die for anybody's sin, because that is against the law of the Firehouse. Because human beings have been given their choice, the freedom to decide themselves. God cannot interfere in your freedom to decide. Never mind sending his rascal son. Send what son? That is against the law. So all that stupidity, people need to ignore that. And you know about virgin birth. There's no, men and women have sex. Yeah, your mommy and daddy have sex. That's how you come about. You hear me? That is the only way that human come about. I like I say, nowadays, you don't have to actually have the sex now due to advancement. You can remove the spunk. That's how they call it here, yeah? Remove the spunk and go and put it where you want to put it with the egg of the woman. But forget about this virgin birth business. That is only to twist your mind and keep you in ignorance. You know, that is like when I tell you television was running off the old manner. God doesn't work like that. These are just what the devils tell you. You know what I mean? They are the one promising you, like I say, heaven, what they're promising. No one can get you to know heaven like they're talking about. You are an individual human being, and you are responsible for your own action. If you need to understand what is right. I am not saying you shouldn't go to school and learn how to build a building or make certain things or do whatever, learn a car. These things must be learned. Knowledge can be learned and should be learned of others, you know what I mean? But wisdom, you cannot learn that of anyone. It's true. Say, you must discipline your own self. You have to stop yourself lying and cheating. That's how you do it. But no, most people don't want to do that, because everyone is lying and cheating. So because everyone are liars and cheaters, everyone think, well, can't beat them, might as well join them, as they say in England. But joining them is the biggest mistake you can make. It's just a trick. Just imagine that 9 men was, say 10 man was walking down the road as an example. And 9 man says to 1 man, I dare you to break that window. And the 1 man said, no, I'm not doing it. And then the other 9 start to say, oh, you're a coward and all this and all that. But that 1 man is not a coward, because that 1 man is resisting 9 minds. You see what I mean? So you have to learn how to not let people intimidate you into doing what is not right and correct. You see what I mean? You can't, what we call peer pressure. Because everyone is cheating and lying. You see, most people don't take it. It's a regular thing, cheating and lying. You know, everyone, like I say, they can't be faithful to no partner. They just whisper sweet nothing in the ear. Just tell her. It's just the thrill of the sex that they are after. But this thrill of the sex that you are after, whether you are male or female, that's the very thing that is keeping you in the house of ignorancy. So that you will never develop spiritually. And when you leave this body, you will pay for those stupidity. You know, you are happy now. You are enjoying the sex now. I tell you what you do. Spend the rest of your life, like they say in England, banking. Yeah? Enjoy this banking. Just imagine to yourself that life was just for banking then. You know, just bank yourself away. Yeah? When you're 60, 70, 80, 90, just keep banking. When you reach 100, get some Viagra, right? And keep on banking till you're dead. Enjoy the bank. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is one of the sexual depravity of earth is one of the main reasons that people remain blind to real understanding that life is forever and that you cannot die, and that all these things are very simple to understand, but you have to live honestly to see it. You cannot live in this wicked way that you see people living on earth. Plus, if you live that way, you will destroy yourself. These other idiots will create war. You see them have atomic bombs on them because they're mad. The human mind has gone away from God. If you go away from God, which is, when I'm saying God here, stop thinking of a man up in the sky. There is no man up in the sky. God is within you. God is your own conscience. You know, when you go in a shop or when you go to steal and rob, you hear that voice reminding you that you shouldn't do it. The same voice that you ignore over and over. That is God. Learn to listen. Learn to follow your own conscience. Stop following men. Stop going on about how Jesus was great and what he did and all that. And stop going on about what the Greeks said and what the Egyptian did and what this man did and what Einstein did. Unless you are studying physical science, you can refer to Einstein. But I am on about spiritually. Stop referring to great masters and prophet and all that, because all that is a load of bullshit. Because until you actually make changes yourself, you know what I mean? Life is about looking at yourself, yeah? Look at the things that you're doing. Think about them carefully and see if what you're doing is right. Be honest with yourself though. Most human beings do not know how to be honest with themselves. But if you are honest with yourself and you find out that you are some little bastard, just change it. Try and change. When you change those ways, you'll get a different insight. You understand? It's as if you are walking down the wrong road. You are seeing the wrong things when you walk down that road. But only your behavior making you see those things. I wonder if the Firehouse teaching is simple enough. You know what I mean? To me it sounds simple enough, but to other human being it sounds difficult. Because it's as if they think, well, there is no, I think this is what I feel defeat most human beings. There is no reward in living good as according to them. Because they know if you live bad, immediately you can rob a man and make some money. You know what I mean? Or break into someone's house and make some money. But not to do that now. They can't see any benefit in not doing such behavior. So they find the act of doing wrong very exciting and very rewardable. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to explain to them that yes, I'm not saying it's not exciting and rewardable on the physical level, and you will enjoy that reward, but for how long? Because it's going to be bitter to you later on. You know what I mean? So this is why the saying say, why gain the world and lose your soul? But we not like we say the Firehouse teacher, I do not teach in any wriggles. Like I tell a man about how God is up in, God is not up in the heaven, God is within man and woman. But God is not a woman or God is not a man. You know what I mean? So irrespective of whether you are a man or a woman, the presence of God is in you. If you want to learn, right, how to be a proper human being, how to be, if a man want to know how to be a man, let him listen to his conscience. And if a woman, if you want to know how to be a woman, listen to your conscience. Because you don't know who you are. You know, think, woman, like I said before, you must think they was created for some kind of sexual tie for men, and men must think the same. So they are hell-bent and banking up trees and rivers and in water, and, you know, showing woman naked up in trees and in flying, advertising and the telly and all about that thing. But that is just something sick. Your little sexy body that you have will soon wear and vanish away. What are you going to do when you don't have this sexy body? Eh? How can a woman just it's only because the only reason why a woman go on like that showing her sexy body is just because of the perversion of the male mind. But you're just feeding perverted men. And then as a mother now, you cry out in society and say, when these perverted men that you are feeding by wiggling and going on with yourself sexually, when you feed them all this perversion, they get so perverted, they start messing with your daughters. Then you call them pedophile and that, but you are the one you are all in this perversion together. It is a sickness. It's a sickness, I say, go back way back where they even telling me that Solomon was the wisest man and he never know the secret of a woman. And that Delilah betrayed Samson. But like I say and reasoned before, I am not blood clot Delilah. I shouldn't say that. I am not fucking Samson. Nor am I blood clot, what do you call the brother there? Solomon. I am the fire lord soldier. So I know the secret of a woman. So the secret of a woman is that conscience dwelling in you and you don't know conscience. That's why you should know no secret about no woman or no man. You know, big deal. No mysteries. The mysteries of life are finished. You know what I mean? There's no mysteries in this life. Apart from the fact that all you little human beings that crawl up on the planet, whether you want to call yourself, like I tell you, Rasta, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Jew, all kind of name you call yourself. Who give a fuck what you want to call yourself? Sorry about that. But because of fire reason, I have to drop one or two in it. Not a lot, just one or two. Just to pepper it up. Just to make you know, see. So I'm saying, I don't give a damn who you want to call yourself. All I know is that you come out of your mommy. You understand? That's where we all come from in it. We all come through the birth channel. Didn't we not? So I don't know where anyone want to get this superior feeling and all this kind of thing. You know what I mean? I am just telling you as a fire lord soldier, and I am telling what I'm telling to human being, you know. Not to insult you, but to get you to understand who you are. So a man come to you then let's say I put it gently and say, brethren, do you know that if you stop hating people and and stop greedy and don't rape anybody and don't be evil to women and live decent, try your best. You know what's wrong with that? That is what a human being is supposed to be and do. That is the greatest and best thing you could ever tell to another human being. But when you tell it to these human beings, oh, you're a madman, you say this, you're mad, you are crazy, you're woo. They respect the man who is a liar and a thief more, and are very afraid of the wicked man. But you just go and tell them anything that, do you know that there's meaning in life, and you could actually gain some understanding. you could actually get to understand that this life is no coincidence or an accident. But you have to behave decently and live good and don't hate people. You know what I mean? You have to live without hating other people and don't be racist or those kind of things. They don't want to know. But tell them how, if you come with a story and say, oh, I know how you can make £1 million overnight. What? People would flock your house. I'm telling you. If I had a magical way, right, I've say once a week I produce the winning lottery number. You know how many people would be visiting my flat? And when this broadcast go out on the internet, oh that, yes, this is the man. Hear him, this is the man, right? And if you go to his flat, once a week he give out a number and somebody always win the lottery guarantee. How you see how many people I have outside waiting to win the money, which don't value anything, you know, it's only paper. But the fact that this paper now is going to let them have what they think is luxury, which when they see, because the wicked have all of the luxury, what they consider luxury, and they want some of this evil as well. So when they win what they call 40 or 50 million now, the other rest of them claim is the best thing that ever happened in them life. And all these are wishing, oh, if they could have win the 40 million. It's only paper. Ain't going to make you happy. There's only one way to happiness on this planet or anywhere in the universe, and that is to know thyself. That is to listen to the laws of conscience. If you ain't doing that, that's why you want so many pills and tablets. You know, that's why you are terrified of dying. That's why you are terrified of old age. Can't you see how the ego is busily running around now and straightening its eyelid and getting rid of all the wrinkles? You know what I mean? I bet if you was an ego, you wouldn't walk about with any teeth like me, would you? You wouldn't, because you would be thinking you won't be able to attract any no beautiful woman would want to look at you with any teeth. You know what I mean? Beautiful women like men with nice teeth and nice fresh body. I'm not going, because me is a bad boy soldier, saying, come in and look woman. You could have, if God send a woman now, right? That's beautiful as an angel. That can't tempt the fire lion now, because we are on a war footing. You see me? So I am not here to look any woman or impress any female, for that matter. You see me? We are dealing with more serious matters. So I can leave the gap in my teeth, like I say, to spit the lyrics from between my teeth. You understand? Because like I tell even my brethren that I'm saying, I'm going to use one more swear word. I have to use it. That, listen. And if any ladies is listening now, I apologize for putting it this way crudely, but it's just a way of expressing the determination of the Fire Lord soldier within this time. That's because, don't forget, you know, women are my mother, my sister, my everything. So it's no disrespect. You understand what I mean? It's just how we fire up, how we express our determination within the laws of truth and right within this time. I am saying now, I was with my missus for 20 years and we split up. Well, you see, since we split up now, I have decided that the only way I'm going to fuck a woman in this time is with some lyrics. Yeah, I don't mind ramming some lyrics in a woman, but none of the sexual behavior will be going on. You understand? But ramming lyrics in her. Yeah, man, because this is the time when the Firehouse is going to fire lyrics, whether male or female, because we don't care. So we want to have a time, because I don't think a female. Now I know a male cannot fire with me at this time. Never mind a female. You understand? They don't take the program serious enough. You know, and I'm a man that burn with a intensity of fire. You know, because as far as I'm concerned, I could have only been born for one reason. I'm not like I don't think like other human beings, you know, that I wish I had a car or a house or all this thing and some goal. I have never liked anything like that. I don't see anything in earth that I desire, like I tell you in heaven. The only thing I love is what is right and correct, and I don't find it here. You know what I mean? So my whole life is lived from I was 27, burning with a cry to the terrible and dreadful God for us to change this situation. And not to let me die without this thing happen, because I man will be upset. That's how vex me is. Or if me dead and there's any chance of coming back immediately to change it, I will. You know what I mean? So rather we do the job in this time that has been given to I before death take I away. You know what I mean? Because I don't deal with any joke business. The way that human beings are living is sickening. You know, my mind don't think about it sometimes because it's too awful to think about. It's too degrading. You know what I mean? If there wasn't any God, I would create God myself to show human a better way of living than the way that they living now. But I know, well, there's a God, so I don't have to create God. But if there was no rascal God, I would create a God. When I say create a God, I would think of better ways that we could live as human beings. I would go away and watch the ants and the bees and see how they cooperate. And then I would tell human beings that we can cooperate like them. Instead of these little stupid human beings that I'm seeing telling me about, like I say about God, they are the most intelligent, God put them over, and yet animal can behave better than you. I don't see the animal kingdom creating guns and bombs and helicopters and all them things and submarines to kill off. And it's you. So how come you are so intelligent and you let people do these things? And you don't say to them, why you doing it, brethren? Yeah? You follow them in doing all this evil. You know what I mean? Giving man, I must say, man go and kill. If a man go to war and kill about 20 man when he was under attack, they put a medal cross on him and tell him, say, it's iron cross. You think iron cross is going to save you when you leave out your body to face your judgment? You think being called Sir David or Sir this or Sir that's going to help you? You think the little piece of stupid MB that you have hanging on your jacket? So you get MB for what? Member of what? You should be spending your life, right? All human life that are living human. Your life should be spent trying to find out who you are. Not idolizing some other little idiotic human being. And let some people tell you that, they are celebrity. Celebrity of what? Most of these celebrities, when they go to the bed at night time or they're in their own private home, they're confused. Most of them are alcoholic or depressive beings because they are doing things against their own nature. They are acting like idiots. All actors are idiots. How can you spend your life acting? You think life is about acting? Eh? All the days of your life, you acting. Life is not about acting, you know. And having said that though, I was quite surprised when I watched a program with this guy from Coronation Street, Bill Roach. Yeah. What you call in that program? No? Is it Glenn? Bill Roach him call anyway. And that man have a spiritual sense about him still. So let's not say most actors are egoistic. One or a few actors might be, you know what I mean, have the spiritual sense about them. So, but if they do, they would refuse to act in certain movies. Because if you're a moral person, you can't go on screen acting out some little idiotic. Because most of what they put in on screen is just vile people, what satanic people put into movies. So drum and corrupt the minds of other human beings. And they've got the music industry control just in the same way. Putting out vile music and having them kids idolizing those egoistic beings that they create as stars. Beings who don't know themselves. So they often show you the pictures and show them in the big house that their devilish music as a folk, because they are supporting the system or the sing-song that the system like. They make sure they make plenty money, put them on television and all this. So that puffed up their little ego even more. You know what I mean? But what kind of life is that? You know what I mean? Here you have people still worshipping Elvis Presley, a singer that I know maybe Elvis might sing one or two gospel, which makes sense, but most of his music is just garbage. Nothing, no spirit in it. But because he's got his hair this way and his sideburn and he dance and wiggle, even now people are visiting his grave. But you know that anyone who is visiting doing such thing are deluded human beings. They have eyes to see yet they do not see any here. Your life, how can you think that, God, the creative energy, right, give you life to worship Elvis Presley? Sorry, man, I'm sorry, I have to laugh because he's not only Elvis, man. He's all Michael Jackson. You know you have all the pastor, Jesus and Muhammad. They worship. But I can't understand how any intelligent being, right, could imagine that the intelligence itself bring it into life to worship another being or to admire the being so much when you and that being is the same. What is the fascination with this being? I am not saying if a man can sing, because I like a nice singer, but that doesn't mean I'm going to admire him. I want his jacket or anything, when he die, I want to go and lament myself at his grave and go on. I just admire the singing, because singing is a talent. But why are you worshipping these people? Who tell you that Elvis Presley was a morally sound man? Or that he got any sense at all? More than likely never had any, because he believed this stupid adulation. Because his ego gets so inflated, he become fat, and not only in the physical body but in the mind, because stars' egos are very fat. A lot of the time you see these idiots, as an example, right? They go to some club, what they claim is important club then. But I feel what they call the bouncers do it to them deliberately sometimes, just to wind the idiot and stuff. So when they go there now, the bouncer says, I don't know who you are. So they say, and they start to say, don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am rushing about, I say, no, I don't know who you are. Move and go, you little pussy. But sometimes that's how the ego is. You know what I mean? You have a big ego here in England now, Jordan. Yeah? She's over the years keep putting in new breasts and everything. But she becomes so good at it. I would say, make an accident. She make lots of money. Because, all these men like to see Jordan boobs or Jordan bottom. I don't know. They become obsessed with it. She write autobiography, her life story. And lots of them go and spend money reading about it. So you see how idiotic, they are supposed to be understanding who they are. They are spending most of their time now following somebody, right? Who's obviously somebody, it's a girl, young girl, something must be wrong with her. Why she have to alter the way that God created her, and because of modern thing now, putting bigger and bigger breasts. But she knows that perverts love big breasts. So all she's got to do is put big breasts in, and every so often show her panties and, just say anything controversial and all that. And she's become a multi-millionaire out of it. But multi-millionaires, I just say that money doesn't mean anything. Yeah? Stupid, you live in some place. You're just corrupting your soul. It would be better for you to save your soul and remain poor and don't have any money at all than be a multi-millionaire or a triple millionaire or have the money that... A man is better off poor with his spirituality than to be rich like Bill Gates. Never mind Bill Gates, to have the richness of the planet. You know what I mean? It's a complete... These idiots are living a complete waste of life. They are going to wish... A lot of you, right? When I was looking at you, look at the camera. A lot of you who are living this way that I'm talking about, you are going to wish you can die. That's what's going to happen to you, but you won't be able to die. You'll have to reap what you sow. So always remember, when you sow it, when you're behaving or whatever you're doing, that is what you're going to reap after. Because you are the one who is living it. You are the one who do it. I am telling you that there is laws in the universe and that there's consequences to actions. Like they say, karma, what goes around, come around. Don't worry if it doesn't come around to you in this life. It will come around in the next. It doesn't work in a hurry. It doesn't need to, you know what I mean? The universe is not in a hurry. You might be in a hurry, but the universe ain't in one. But I'm guaranteed telling you that Mr. Evil Man and those who are following Mr. Evil Man and Mrs. Evil, what do you want to call yourself that? Trust me. All the hate that you hate, whoever you hate, you will be receiving. All you're doing is hating your own self. You understand? You ain't hurting whoever it is you are generating your hate against. Or you might kill them, but whatever you do. But I'm guaranteeing you this. All those who are hating are doing so because they hate themselves. And it is not a good thing to hate yourself. You see me? Trust me. It is a serious thing when a human being hate themselves. But because you are projecting this hate onto another, you cannot detect that what you are actually doing is hating yourself. But trust me, in the universe, the whole universe, that's the worst thing a human can do, hate themselves. And you are busy here on this planet hating yourself. So when you look at the black man then as an example and you hate him, you are hating yourself. Or if the black man is looking at you hating you, he's hating himself. And I know how they don't like black on this planet already. So all you been doing this century is hating your own self. You've been hating yourself. But I can tell you, we're all spirits. You know what I mean? So I don't see the reason why we should be hating ourselves. Why don't you ask yourself, why are we hating ourselves? Because I tell you today, if we disarm all these governments, disarm the American government, British government, Russian government, you will have peace. Because the normal Russian and American people don't want no war. It's the devil's at the top, but the devil's at the top, this is the warning. This warning is for you anyway, because sure, you see all those who gone before you, hand down the power to you. I think you should go and get in touch with them. Let your medium and science ask them how they enjoy in the other side. You know? And you will be going there with them. Just like I tell you, the elite is at the top, all them murderous American. The people, them are killing machine. But they are CIA and going as if them doing some good work. They are the bloodsuckers of the human race, the vampires who take the blood of other people. You see when you see them putting it out in the movie about vampires sucking blood. It's them. These elitist people who train up these military undercover people to go about. Did you not see in Iraq? In Iraq they exposed a few of these British soldiers dressed up as Muslim or Sunni Muslim on the street of Baghdad or Fallujah, one of them, shooting other human beings, killing them, so that the other side could think that, oh, it's the Shiite doing it, when it was actually British soldiers. How do you feel about that? That you should go to a next man country, and go and dress yourself up like the other human beings and take a gun and kill them so that the other one can think it's them, so that these people can kill off one another. And the British government knew about this, that their soldier did it, and they never sentenced them to life imprisonment because the British government sanctioned such behavior. Well, they must sanction it, because if you was a decent government and you find out that, oh, your soldier was murdering people, of course you're going to lock them up. American soldier go to Iraq there and kill 24 and they give him 3 months. This fella Bradley Manning expose them for the wickedness that they are, telling the truth. Give it to what they call him? This fella that they just have arrested. What's he called him, Flap? Assange. Yeah? He exposed it, give it to Assange. Now they lock him up, court-martialing him for telling the truth. And British government here have Assange locked up. He's got to appeal into just for showing what is true. It's not a rapist thing, is it? They haven't raped anybody, is it? Or kill anybody. They're just trying to tell the public that, listen, these people are murderers and killers. When you see it on the WikiLeaks video, they're flying around them there with the plane and the drone, killing people for fun. Well, I know they do these things long time, but the average public wouldn't believe this. This is the first chance they get. You would be even more sicker if you realize exactly what they're doing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And here they are trying those who, just happen to show you a bit of what they're doing. They have the brother, the Bradley man in America, trying court-martialing him. And they have this one in England, Assange under house arrest. Because what is really, they want to bring him to America so they can give him 100 years for telling the truth. Don't you think that is evil? How, evil is right in your face, behaving very evil. You know what I mean? Just like I tell you, America is busy saying, oh, Iran is going to do this, they want to fight Israel. This is how evil operates. You have to wake up to this evil. But evil cannot defeat good. That's what I'm trying to tell you. How long what, Marius? 4 minutes. Evil can never, ever win, because I fight a war that I cannot lose. Trust me. I tell you that. Evil can never, ever win. All you're doing is dooming your soul into eternal torment, torment that you yourself, because God ain't going to punish you. You will be the one punishing your own self with your own dirty action. Your own deeds is what's going to punish you. Because God is love. God don't deal in punishment. You choose punishment for yourself. So you carry on hating yourself. And those of you who are supporting this idiotic law, and some of this law that you call, I hear all Mrs. Clinton about international law. Lady, you should be at home washing your panties. Never mind you're running about the road like going on like these male chauvinistic pig men who are running the world. You are going on as if you have balls. But trust me, that will be coming for you, Mrs. Foreign Secretary. Yeah? If I was you, I'd run away and leave your post and go and know yourself. I'll even all Obama and all these other one in England here. I would run away. I wouldn't be known Prime Minister, I'm telling you. All soldiers and police, when I tell you, if I hear the voice of this one, I'd run out and leave these institutions, because I'm telling you, I don't know if it's fire water coming on them still. But whether it come on you now or later on, what difference does it make? You have to die. And when you die, you will, like I tell you before, brethren, the black box is in all of you that hear this voice that is speaking. The black box is memory. Just like when you have things. You think God is a fool. You think the master that trained me to speak then. Although you don't want to believe in this master, it's not about I believe to me, I know the one. You think the one who educate me to speak and to decimate the souls of men with words, is an idiot. Do I sound like an idiot? If I sound, when I'm speaking, if you listen to a lot of my video and I sound like I am a fool, then that means God is a fool. Because I'm not God, so I can't demonstrate God perfectly well, but I should be able to do it with speech of depth and precision. You see what I mean? And fluency then when we're talking about God. So those who have ears to hear will hear, and those who have eyes to see will see. You know what I mean? That when a God man is speaking, it's nothing about boasting. So I don't have to boast, there's nothing to boast about. So when I tell a man that I am not speaking from within the mind, but from beyond the regions of the mind. So no little men on the planet can't, as an example, say, out-reason a man like me. But that doesn't mean I know everything. I don't know what my friend behind the camera, Marius, know. You think I could set up a website or do certain other liquid? I can't even drive a car. You know what I mean? So there is loads of things. It doesn't mean because I'm telling you what I'm telling you, I'm some superior human being. I'm not no superior human being. I am telling you something that we can all achieve as human being in the new dimension that is coming. You know what I mean? Like how you say, Mr. Devilman, a new world order. Yes, a new world order. And this is the new order that is coming in, where we shall live under the law of conscience, the terrible and dreadful one that dwell within all human beings. You know what I mean? Everyone should be able to understand this. You should feel conscience within you in this time. That is the way. Anyway, on that fiery note, We're going to fire out from the firehouse. Because trust me, anytime we come before the camera again, and we're speaking now, it's pure fire, me a blood clot burning a brethren. Trust me, fire out.